In this video I want to be able to break down how I went about filling a new offer that we've put out in 7 days, from content to clients in 7 days. And I want to break that down and give you the plan that you can use to do the same thing. We're using two main things here: one-of-one personal branding and the StoryScales sales system. This is the plan. It's made up of two main strategies. You've got 1 and 2 right here. And the first part is the back-end strategy. I think it's so important to be able to have this set up first, and this is one of the reasons why the offer we put out over the past week or so has done so successfully, is because we've had a very systemized back-end in place. So when the leads come in from the content, you know exactly what's going to happen to all of them, how they're going to turn into clients, and how they're going to turn into cash in a very smooth, systemized, and stressless way. So that's the first part that I want to run through. And the second part is the entire content strategy that's going to be able to generate leads from your personal brand. Obviously, this part does 80% of the selling. This is all the marketing side of things. Just before we get into these two strategies, welcome to the video. I'm Seth, Lloyd. If you don't already know who I am, or if you do know who I am, I'm a story seller. I'm a content creator. I'm an entrepreneur. And over the past year, I've been growing my online businesses, growing my personal brands. I've now grown an audience of over 20,000 people. We've run multiple in-person events, and I've grown multiple different businesses for myself and for the clients I've worked with, using these strategies of storytelling to grow businesses, using storytelling to gain audiences, using story selling to convert and nurture audiences, and making sure the entire marketing and sales and back-end strategies are all tied under one marketing storytelling position for a personal brand to sit under. And I believe that when you do all of this together, you build what I like to call a one-of-one personal brand. So that's exactly what I'm going to get running through today. This is a system out of one-of-one personal branding. One-of-one personal branding that is going to generate you high-ticket buys for your business, for your coaching, for your agency, whether it's info, whatever it is that you're selling. This is going to help you generate high-ticket buys for that. Let's get into the strategy. I don't want to waste any of your time. Let's get straight into it. The first thing I want to say is, if you want any of the system, if you want to skip any of the headache and just have all of the system fully installed into your business as we're going through this video, just have this in the back of your mind that we can fully install this into your business and into your content for you. It's a complete done for you 14-day sprint from content to cash, for all the way from hook to close, done for you. Editors, websites, VSLs, backend systems, content scripts, ideations, all of it is completely done for you in just 14 days, so you can get set up. But I want to give you the plan of how you can do it yourself, just so you know you can run it yourself, and so you know what we can do for you as well. It comes down to the backend strategy. I think the backend strategy begins when a lead or a prospect or a viewer lands on our landing page. You see the landing page, our funnel, the first kind of step, or specifically this step of the process, is almost like the portal into the next world, into the next ecosystem. We have people going through our ecosystems, Instagram ecosystems and YouTube ecosystems, where they're spending more time with us. I'll go deeper at those in the next part. But this is where someone is going to join us for the offer ecosystem, or they're really becoming a deeper part of the business. They're becoming a lead, and they're moving into getting more from us, and they're taking action on getting closer to exactly where they want to get to. This is how that works. It's a landing page. It's just got a simple VSL headline on it. And again, the VSL is something I've run through on the content side of things. I believe that's more content. It's pre-selling more than the actual kind of sales process. But what we have here, again, everything on the website, testimonials, processes, how it all works, directs down to this beautiful little thing right here, which is the application form. It's a type form, which is a software, and it's a qualification and application funnel. It's basically collected data on the leads that are coming to us. When you're setting this up for yourself, or if we're setting this up for you, we build it in a way where it has logic inside of its brain. All of that is tracked and placed into what we call a CRM. So all of this is put down into a complete CRM where we have all of the data on our customers, so we can know how to speak to them, how to market them, and we know what situation they're in. What this will do is basically show us if there is trust in place, whether they're nurtured, whether they're qualified, whether they're unqualified. So we are getting data on the people watching our videos. This is just so important, so we can have data to make business decisions. But it's also super useful when trying to build new offers, sell to previous people, see who's qualified, see who we can follow up with and get on calls or close on certain different products, because we have all of our leads tracked in one place, so we just know who is in our audience. This obviously moves down into a complete CRM, which again, as I just said, allows us to build follow-up sequences, to follow up with leads, to be able to convert them, book a call so we can actually get them on calls and close them, future offers so we can put out mid, lower ticket or even higher ticket products to serve a large proportion of our audiences, and we just have all the data needed to be able to make necessary business decisions. So you just know everything about the people who are watching your content. In the back end here, there's obviously where people are booking calls and hopping on with us. So this is a simplified version of the back end system that you can set up up in your business. If we were to do this for you, there's a lot of things we can install into this. Appointment setters, closers, dialers, complete sales teams, follow-up sequences, CRMs, automations, Zapiers, all this type of different types of shit that basically means you never lose a lead in your life. You can always make more money with your business and serve more people. But the catch is that this doesn't work without leads in the system first. And that's what I'm gonna get onto now. And that's probably why you're here, getting into the exact content strategy, the story selling content ecosystem, or the story scales sales system, as I like to call it, because that's a pretty cool name. This is designed and put together to literally take someone from knowing you, to liking you, to trusting you, to being pre-sold on you, and then actually being sold. Like the final being sold is obviously the backend system we've just run through, but these first parts, knowing you, liking you, trusting you, and being pre-sold, is what the content does 80% of the work. It literally does 90% of the heavy lifting. If you set it up in the right way, does 80% of the heavy lifting at the highest leverage possible, because as soon as you do it, it's done. People watch it, and that's it. That's the beauty of content. And you already know that, and I'm just going to help you actually install it into your business and make sure you can get all of the use out of it. There is 3 main types of content here to install into the story selling content ecosystem. There's 3 main types of content that build up that full ecosystem. They're right here. 60-second sales story script, the YSSL, which is the YouTube story sales letter, and the VSL. If you're wondering why the hell I'm mentioning stories so many times, it's because using storytelling in the content, using story selling in all your content is the best way to build up trust quicker, to make sure you are nurturing people quicker and make sure people are liking you quicker. All because people are going to listen and remember what you say. It's more about how you make them feel rather than what you say. It's how you say it rather than just what you say. And bringing storytelling into all your content makes that so much easier. And again, that is a little bit more complicated topic, but again, if you work with us to kind of go down and have us do all this content for you, we make sure your story is embedded into all of these pieces of content, and again, it all matches a larger strategy, so it's not just like individual stories thrown out there for the sake of it. Oh, I'm going to tell my story today. No, it's more like a story is embedded in each part of this, and this story is just helping someone move further along a larger story, which is your entire business. Let me get into it so you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the lead generating, nurturing, and directing part of it, moving people through a process, and this is the process that we're moving them through. First of all, we have the audience, which is the one-of-one personal brand. I'm going to make another video going over the entire strategy to build a just one-of-one personal brand, because there's so much nuance in terms of actual content to post, like different types of content strategy, what reels are you putting out, all different types of stuff. But this is what we'll do. So once you've already got that audience, once you've built up that audience, once you have a following already, you're putting out content of people that fuck with you, you have a following, you're getting viewers, you have a kind of community built up just by being yourself and talking about what you're doing. What we're going to be able to do, the type of content to post, and again, you can try this with whatever following level you have, is post what we call a 60-second sales story script. This is basically just belief alignment and belief shifting content to make sure that people align with our beliefs, and if they don't, then shifting their beliefs so they do. The reason why beliefs are so important is because beliefs literally, well, they determine 2 things. They determine the results that you get, which is why we want them to have the same beliefs as us, so the success beliefs, and they also drive the decisions that people make, which is really important, because if they don't align with our beliefs, it's going to make it way harder for them to move forward and to keep moving forward and having success with the offer that we have for them. Again, whatever that offer is, belief alignment and belief shifting is so important, mega important. This is the process that we use. It's a 4-step process, and it links to the same story selling scripting structure that I use in all of the videos that I work on for myself and all the client videos. It's so many videos at this point. I've made over 3,000 videos for myself and so many more thousands for other clients as well. So this is the same process, tried and tested. This is how it works. Obviously, we go into a lot more detail and a lot more nuance when we're crafting these for clients, but the main 4 steps you need to focus on are these 4 right here. Number 1 is hook on the goal. Obviously, the first part of the video needs to be a hook, but it needs to be the goal. What's the goal the client has? Either this is a goal to get out of the current situation they're in, or get into a situation where they want to be in. So it's this dream state or pain points, like where do they want to get into? So this first part is basically meeting them where they are and showing them exactly where they want to get to. The second part of this, as soon as we have that connection, then the viewer is interested, they're listening, they know where the video is going to take them, so they're interested, they're watching. Now we're going to paint a connected context. So this is where the connection is built. They are starting to fuck with us a little bit more. They're starting to listen to more of what we're saying. We can build up a deeper picture of what it's like to be in the situations that they're in, whether they're in pain, whether they're in dream outcomes. What does that specifically look like? Are they staying up to 1 a.m. doing research? Are they getting up really early to go for a run? Like, what does your ICP specifically do in this situation? And connect over that specific context. Number 3 is moving forward forward into where it changes. So number 2 is more about the kind of pain, the situation that they are in and where they want to get to. Number 3 is how did it change? What will change? What's the difference that allowed you to get to the position you actually want to get into? The story I want you to use for this is your story. So how you qualified to be able to help the person. That's the story to use in the situation. And then finally, moving them down into the guide, into that next step. So the process that we're taking someone on, the actual narrative for the story, is a hero turned guide story. So you were the hero being in your ICP situation where you are experiencing pain, you're experiencing desire, and you don't know how to fucking get there, but you want to get there. That's the thing that you want. You're going through, you're remembering what it's like, your experiences, your problems, and then suddenly at step number 3, you solved it. What did you do? What did you change? What allowed you to solve it and get you to that situation where you're like, oh my God, I'm actually in the position where I want to be, and I'm seeing success, blah, 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 blah. It's like me at the start of the video telling you I've built an audience of 20,000 people, we've run events, built multiple different businesses, huge amount of success from storytelling, and the strategy is like, cool, what changed? Storytelling. It's like, that's cool, that's my thing right here. And then finally, what we're doing then is selling them on the solution in your way, and this is where we can guide them to that next step. Some people go wrong in this specific step and they will sell them on a product, a high ticket product, straight from short form content. I've done this in the past as well. I'm fine to admit that it doesn't work. Basically, that's why I'm saying it, because it doesn't work. People go wrong and try and sell high ticket straight through a short form video. That's not the best place to do it. It's cool to sell high ticket through stories, you know, from an audience of people that you already have an ecosystem with, which I'll get into in just a second how you can do that. But selling through short form content direct is not a good idea, because your conversions are going to be super low and it just looks a little bit like you're hunting for quick sales. And you don't want to have that kind of a aura around your brand and with your audience. So what we do instead is just guide them to that next step. We want them to comment a word. So they show they're interested, they've taken an easy next step. It's cool, it's just comment the word for this or do this thing, take this action, and where we want to send them is directly to YouTube. We want to send them to YouTube because what we can do when they're at YouTube is create a video, which is the YSSL, YouTube Story Sales Letter. So it's a VSL where we're pre-selling them with stories and giving them value that they understand that we are the best person to help them in this situation. These are a few examples of one of the videos, some of the videos I've done for this. You're probably watching another one right now, and I'll probably just get you to watch another one after this video because that's the YouTube ecosystem that goes on, and each one of them I'm going to direct you to the offer, which is kind of again how it works. So you can basically see I'm practicing exactly what I'm preaching to you here. So we are sending these people to the video they're interested in. Our title of the video is the first way we're going to qualify people that they are the right fit to work with us. If they want the outcome or they are trying to get away from the pain that we are speaking about in the title of the video, they are first step qualified. That's cool. If I'm talking about building a profitable personal brand for views to conversions, or how I'm building a 1 million a year content funnel, then I know anyone who's watching that is genuinely interested in that. So it's like, cool, you're the first step of qualified. That's good. And then what we do, as they're watching these videos, as they're watching more of the YouTube videos, they are spending way more time with us, so they get to know us as people. They understand how we speak, they understand what we believe about things, the different way we see things, examples, different stories from our lives about kind of things we're talking about. So they're spending more time with us and they're being nurtured on a human level, on a fucking human level. Because again, this video wasn't hyper edited, this is just me yapping. Somehow I've managed to speak like uncut for the past like 4 or 5 minutes, which shows you that I am genuinely passionate about this. I know what I'm talking about and I want to help you with this as well. But what we're mainly doing is just affirming a new belief system for success. So the belief system that we shifted in the last bit, we are now affirming in the video that we're putting out, because long form has the power to do that. Again, this is all done through the story that changed everything for you, that one or multiple stories that you are required to tell to help someone walk with you down the path of getting to where you got to and where they want to get to. So your process. In the description of all of these YouTube videos is where the ecosystem approach is built out. You might have heard that buzzword being thrown around. This is exactly how it's built out. What we want to do is basically have people moving around and spending more time with us, so they always know a next step to take when they're watching our videos. Whether it's directing them to watch another YouTube video, whether it's directing them to a paid resource, like as you can see in here, like this is what you'll see in this video, by the way. So if you want to work with us, if you want us to do work for you, you give us money, it's paid. That's what I mean by paid. Then that's the link to click. If you want things done for you, that's where to click. And then if you want free things, there'll be a kind of link in the description in there to get more value from us. Again, it's all built on the same way to build and nurture trust. If you want to watch another YouTube video, click there. If you want to connect with me on my Instagram, click there. And like sometimes I might have like DM me this word and you can kind of get this thing from me. I can start up a conversation and just see if I'm genuinely like qualified to help you. That's how it will work. And what this does is people that are genuinely interested in us and like the belief system that we have and are trying to get the results that we talk about are going to keep going around and keep spending more time with us. And as soon as when they feel like they're qualified, or we hit the nerve speaks to them the most, or we have the right offer for them, they're going to take action with it. Sometimes this takes days and weeks, but sometimes it takes years or multiple years. I've been in people's funnels which for over a year before I've hopped on a call with them. Sometimes it happens in days and in weeks. You always have that percentage of your audience that is ready to take action with you quickly, which is exactly why I've been able to fill out an offer in the past week. But as we grow, the demand will be scaling because we'll be making all of this content and people are spending more time with us as we go through that. Let me go and explain now the entire ecosystem approach, which is going to make all of this just profitable as fuck and also enjoyable and also just a really strong strategy. How it works is we just want, again, people moving round and round and round with us. As you can see here, I don't know why this hasn't loaded in, it's blurry, but it's a screenshot of my reels, as you can see just up here. Again, this one's blurry for some reason, but what we've got right here is a round robin approach of someone kind of going around our world of different content pieces, of spending different time with us, where it's short form videos and me talking about my life and different things that are going on. I'm documenting, I'm showing how I feel, I'm telling them different things we've got going on. I'm sending around to more different reels where we're kind of giving value, showing the lifestyle. They're watching my Instagram stories, so this is taken through a day in the life. In there again, there's little call to actions in there, reply to this, different types of things. So we're always encouraging that action. Again, in the short form videos, a lot of these will kind of comment the word and I'll send you this thing, and it's cool. People are always taking action. Again, then there's YouTube videos here where people are kind of seeing more of my lifestyle. These are vlogs, etc., etc. And then obviously the YouTube story sales letter where we're giving value and selling people on what we're going to be doing. And all of these link together. That's the beautiful part of this, is that this video here speaks about this video here, and this video speaks about this one, and these videos send people to this one, and then the stories are kind of like the same thing in this, and it's all just going round and round and round. But the best part of it is that each level of this has its own ecosystem. So the first ecosystem that someone will join, if you have the right content strategy in place, if you have a one-of-one personal brand content strategy in place, the first level that someone will kind of meet you at is the Instagram ecosystem. They'll watch your short form videos and they'll see a bit more of your lifestyle. They'll see the hook that you've put out, and they will kind of understand what belief shifts that you have, what kind of the way you see the world is, and if it aligns, they might comment the word, and then they'll, the goal is to get them to move into the next ecosystem. So they'll move down to the YouTube ecosystem, and how much time they'll spend there with you, but eventually they'll move down into the CRM ecosystem. Maybe that's just clicking on the free thing here, where they're giving an email and telling us a little bit more about their business or their situation, and where we can email market them. Again, another ecosystem, which then eventually just pushes them to our offers. And again, this is not a salesy approach. This is just a genuine way where we're talking about our business, someone can connect with us, see what we got going on, and if they're liking it and if they are getting more value and they're just building up more confidence and more trust with us, then we're just getting closer to being able to help them, being able to build the thing that they want in place, whatever that is for them, whether it's a lifestyle, whether it's a business, whether it's a system, whatever it is that we kind of want to be able to sell them. The goal is to get them to that next one, because each one is taking them closer and closer to where we want to go. And this is all coming from a place of, I know exactly where you've been. I've been there. It sucks to be there. I just want to be in a situation where I want to be in. That's pretty much it. That's why I'm making these videos now. That's why I have the offers I do, is because content absolutely changed my life, and online business and creative and entrepreneurship absolutely changed my life, to the fact that I'm living the dream life that I want to be able to. Obviously, I have goals, I want a place to get to, but this is the dream life that I want to be able to be in. And what I want to be able to do is help give that to other people, because it's changed my life in such a dramatic way. And it's like, I was stuck for so long trying to figure out all these different things, where, figuring all of this out and just wishing that someone made a YouTube video like this, kind of running through it. It was like, that's just exactly what I want. And, if someone spoke to me like that, then I may have paid them to kind of help me get there quick or whatever it is. And those stories are out there. And again, these videos are always free. There'll be potentially people that will never buy from you. That's totally fine. You're just giving out free value into the world. It's always good to put out good karma and share this with people, just put that kind of out there. But you're always building up fans, you're always building up following, and you never know, you're building a personal brand for such a long term that it's always good to be able to nurture people over such a long period of time. But this is pretty much how it works. This is exactly again, I'm talking all long term, but this is how you can get and turn content into clients in the next 7 days. There will be a percentage of your audience that is ready to go with you because of the content you're putting out in the next 7 days. All right. The way these pieces of content are structured is to have people move to the next step. You're introducing, old belief systems and how they don't work, and then introducing new belief systems and how it does work, why it works, and how you can implement them into their whatever they're doing, and how that's what the video structure is like. And it's cool, if you want this, click here, if you want that, click there. And it's just making it simple for people to keep moving to that next step. with you. Again, lastly, I'll mention it. If you want this all fully built out for you, if you want to work with me and the team on this, where we'll be speaking, building all this out, just click the link in the description. We'll set up a call. Well, what you actually do is go through the application funnel first or something like that. And then on the back end, we'll book a call and make sure you're a good fit, and we'll get going with this. And over the next 14 days, we'll have all the systems built out for you, and we'll be kicking with it. Thanks for watching. This has been the One of One Personal Brand Story Scales sales system, running over how you can turn your content into client in the next 7 days and get more clients than you know what to do with. Thanks for watching. Comment what you want to see next, or comment any questions that you have. Subscribe. We've got so many more videos like this coming out as well. We've got some vlogs. We've got some awesome projects running at the moment, so I'm showing some behind the scenes on those. So drop a subscribe, drop a like, drop a share to someone that you're going through this with, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.